From the Stone Age to the Space Age, humans have prized asbestos for its incredible resistance to fire and other elements. Welcome to Asbestos Rewind.
Hi everyone, I'm asbestos attorney Justinian Lane. Welcome today to Asbestos Rewind, where we take a look at all the various ways humans have used asbestos throughout history. Today, we're going to talk about asbestos mailbags. Now, if we were to take a trip back to September of 1930, you could see here the very first usage of a postal mailbag. Now, in 1930 was something that's very commonplace for us today, which is mail being transported by airplane, was not common at all. I mean, it was only 1930. Planes hadn't been around for that long. So as you'd imagine, the early aviation industry did have plane crashes, and when planes crash, there's always fire. So the Postal Service was trying to figure out ways how to protect mail during all of these flights. And as you see here in the picture, you've got the postmaster and assistant postmaster taking a look at a canvas bag. Now it's canvas on the outside, but that's not what's on the inside. We'll see kind of here what they have to say about this. They talk about for the year 1930, the total number of pounds of mail carried in the air was 7.7 million, and the number of pounds of mail lost through fire was but 4,863 pounds. And 4,800 out of 7 million doesn't sound like a lot, but that works out to be over 250,000 letters that were lost by fire. And in 1930, people wouldn't have had any way of knowing if their letter didn't get there due to fire. That's why the Postal Service embarked on this challenge to find a way to protect the mail, and they ended up settling on asbestos because it was the only product available at the time that could be woven into a fireproof cloth and made into a mailbag. And the article continues over here. It says that the exhaustive studies and experiments made by the department into the subject of fireproof mailbags developed that the greatest difficulty encountered was in preventing the hot air caused by the fire from reaching the interior of the bag. In the new bag, the intense heat is prevented by air pockets from reaching the contents of the pouch. This is taken care of by a quilting arrangement used in the construction of the bag. So you can kind of see that they put a lot of effort into the top to get that sealed to make sure that all of the hot air, because that air in and of itself could come out being hotter than the temperatures necessary to ignite mail. I can tell you that this would have been chrysotile asbestos, which is the most popular type of asbestos, and that's not just a guess, because it says right here that the bag is constructed of 3 plies of fabric, heavy canvas inside and out, and an interliner of closely woven asbestos cloth weighing 5 pounds per square yard, and the cloth is absolutely pure asbestos, grade 4A. Now, asbestos is graded on, it's not a tensile strength. The grade refers to the length of the fibers, and 4A was a pretty good long fiber that was able to be woven. So the entire bag on inside of the canvas layers was asbestos, and it says that the strap was asbestos cloth covered with leather. So these bags, I have no idea how many of them are left out in circulation. I know that the Postal Service at some point did switch away from using asbestos, as did pretty much everybody. But for a long period of time, the big white mailbags, the canvas mailbags that you'd see being thrown on airplanes or maybe even tractor trailers, those had an asbestos lining to protect the contents. Now, while it protected the contents from fire, it could, of course, cause injuries for anybody who breathed in the asbestos fibers from those bags. So if you do happen to have one of those bags, use extra precaution around it. Probably seal it in something airtight. You don't want to breathe the asbestos that could come from. But I wanted to touch on this today to talk about how asbestos has been foundational in so many things that we take for granted in the 20th century. That's what got us to where we are today. And in this case, fireproof mail transportation was made possible through asbestos. Thanks for tuning in to today's installment of Asbestos Rewind. If you join us on our YouTube channel, you'll see we're posting videos like this all the time. Look forward to seeing you there. We'll see you next time.